The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, January 2 suggest some massive drama is about to hit the fan in Genoa City. Next on The Young and the Restless, there's a programming notice for fans while someone is frantically trying to locate a loved one and a character is haunted by their past. What kind of drama is set to unravel on Thursday? Time to dive right in. The Young and the Restless spoilers, programming notice. My and our spoilers note that the Wednesday, January 1 show will be a repeat of an older episode, and it's time to get nostalgic. Fans will blast back to April 2006 and witness history in the making, to a time and incident that sparked Sharon Newman and Phyllis Summers' feud. See it all from the beginning, as Sharon confronts Phyllis about having an affair with her husband, Nick Newman. Plus, fans will get to see Brad Carlton again, as his then-partner, Victoria Newman, keeps a secret from him, while Jack Abbott proves nothing really changes in his life, as he deals with damage control at Gibbot. The good news is that despite the hiatus, Y&R will return to its regular programming as of Thursday, January 2, and it'll be worth the wait. Y&R spoilers. Nick Newman realizes something is off. Y&R spoilers remind fans that the last they saw Sharon, she was being chloroformed and dragged off by Jordan. During the Wednesday, January 2 show, Nick will realize Sharon never made it to society, where they were all supposed to meet to ring in the new year, and he'll start reeling. Can he save Sharon before Jordan does any real damage? The Young and the Restless spoilers, Mariah Copeland is haunted. Speaking of Y&R spoilers for Thursday, January 2 imply that Mariah Copeland will be haunted by her past. She chillingly ran into Ian Ward holding her ailing wife, Tessa Porter, at the close of Monday's show. The look of shock on Mariah's face said it all. How triggered will Mariah get after seeing Ian? And will Tessa be okay? Are you excited about Thursday's show? Comment below. Catch the CBS Soap Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama, and visit SOS often for the best Young and the Restless spoilers, updates, and news. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers shock the shadows of Genoa City. Ian Ward and the truth about Tessa. For years, Ian Ward had haunted Genoa City like a shadow, weaving his manipulative web through the lives of those who crossed his path. His obsessive focus on Mariah Copeland had left a scar across her life. But what if Mariah wasn't the culmination of his twisted plans? What if someone else held the key to his convoluted heart? After Ian Ward's imprisonment and eventual disappearance from the public eye, many believed his reign of chaos was over. However, Ian had always been a man of secrets, one who thrived on unveiling truths that could shake the very foundations of trust. And when it came to Tessa Porter, his interest wasn't merely coincidental, it was deeply personal. Tessa's mysterious past. Tessa Porter was no stranger to secrets herself. A rising star with a haunting voice and a troubled past, she had spent much of her life running from shadows she couldn't name. Her parents were a void in her history, a chasm she had long learned to accept without question. Yet buried within her music were hints of yearning, fragments of songs that whispered to a father she never knew. When Ian Ward returned to Genoa City, it was as if the air grew heavier. This time, his fixation wasn't on Mariah. Instead, it was Tessa who found herself caught in his dark orbit. She couldn't understand why a man she'd never met, whose sinister reputation preceded him, suddenly seemed intent on seeking her out. And then the unthinkable happened. Tessa was abducted. The revelation held in an isolated cabin deep in the woods. Tessa confronted her captor with defiance. Ian, however, seemed almost paternal. He didn't harm her. He didn't threaten her. Instead, he spoke in riddles, asking questions about her childhood, her mother, her father. The questions grew more invasive until he finally dropped the bombshell. "I believe I'm your father, Tessa." Tessa recoiled in disbelief, but Ian's face was devoid of his usual smugness. There was something unsettlingly genuine about his expression. He told her about a woman he once loved, a brief fiery romance that ended in tragedy. He had a daughter from that union, a daughter who had been taken from him before he could protect her. For years, he believed Mariah was that child. But recent DNA testing had shattered that illusion. Now all signs pointed to Tessa. Ian's quest for redemption. For Ian, the realization that Tessa might be his daughter was both a curse and a salvation. If true, it explained the strange pull he had felt toward her, yet it also meant confronting a lifetime of mistakes. Tessa, who had clawed her way out of a life of hardship, represented a second chance, a daughter who might see him not as a villain, but as a flawed man seeking redemption. Ian produced a DNA test kit, insisting that Tessa take it. "If the truth is in our blood," he said, "then neither of us can deny it." Tessa, torn between anger and curiosity, eventually agreed. The wait for the results felt eternal. During that time, Ian revealed more about his past. Stories of regret, of love lost and squandered, of the twisted choices that had made him a pariah. It was the first time anyone had seen Ian Ward as more than a manipulative monster. The results. When the results finally came, Ian's hands trembled as he opened the envelope. The words confirmed his suspicions. Ian Ward was Tessa's biological father. For Tessa, the revelation was like a lightning bolt through her carefully constructed life. This man who had committed so many heinous acts was her father. How could she reconcile her identity with his legacy? And yet, as Ian looked at her with tears in his eyes, she couldn't deny the pang of connection that coursed through her. The aftermath. The reunion, if it could be called that, was far from smooth. Tessa struggled to accept Ian's presence in her life. Her partner Mariah was horrified at the connection, given her own traumatic history with Ian. Friends and loved ones urged Tessa to sever ties and move on. But Ian was persistent, not in his usual manipulative way, but with an uncharacteristic patience. He didn't push Tessa to accept him. Instead, he tried to show her he was capable of change. He even sought therapy, a move that stunned everyone who knew him. The question lingered, could Ian truly change, or was this just another ploy for Tessa? The choice wasn't simple. She couldn't erase the fact that Ian was her father, but she also couldn't ignore the pain he had caused. A fragile truce. In the end, Tessa decided to meet Ian halfway. She agreed to limited contact, not out of forgiveness, but out of a desire to understand herself. Ian, for his part, respected her boundaries. He remained on the fringes of her life, offering support from a distance. Over time, he began to rebuild trust, not just with Tessa, but with others he had wronged. It wasn't redemption, not yet, but it was a start. The bigger picture. The story of Ian and Tessa was more than a tale of estrangement and reunion. It was a testament to the complexity of family, the power of truth, and the possibility of change. While Ian Ward might never fully escape his past, his connection to Tessa gave him a reason to try. As for Tessa, she learned that identity wasn't defined by blood alone. Her past was messy, her future uncertain, but in her music, she found clarity. And though the shadows of Ian Ward would always loom, they no longer defined her. Instead, she stood as her own person, strong, resilient, and unbreakable. What comes next for Ian and Tessa? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, their story, like all great sagas, is far from over. Tessa's inner struggle. Tessa Porter has always prided herself on her independence. She built her life from the ground up, refusing to rely on anyone but herself. Her music became her solace, her weapon, and her identity. Learning that Ian Ward, a man synonymous with manipulation, cruelty, and chaos, is her father shakes her to the core. The thought of sharing a bloodline with him feels like a betrayal of everything she stands for. Her immediate reaction is denial followed by anger. It can't be true, she tells herself. Yet the DNA results are irrefutable. She begins questioning her very essence. Am I destined to be like him? Ian Ward's dilemma. Ian Ward, for all his flaws, is a man of conviction, albeit twisted ones. Learning that Tessa is his biological daughter gives him a rare opportunity for redemption. Yet redemption is foreign to Ian. Manipulation and control are his tools of choice. For the first time in years, he faces a situation he cannot scheme his way out of. If he wants a relationship with Tessa, he must earn it. And that means changing in ways he never has before. Ian sees himself in Tessa, her determination, her self-reliance, her refusal to bow to others. These qualities make him proud, but they also make her resistant to his attempts to connect. He struggles to break through the barriers she erects, not because he lacks the will, but because he lacks the understanding. For Ian, emotions are a battlefield, not a bridge. Still, a part of him hopes that Tessa might see beyond his sins to the man he could be, the man he wants to be, for her. But can a lifetime of deceit and cruelty be forgiven? The confrontation. When Tessa and Ian finally face each other, it's a clash of wills. Tessa demands answers, not out of curiosity, but as a means to confront the man whose blood runs through her veins. Ian, uncharacteristically vulnerable, offers her the truth about his past, his mistakes, and his regrets. "You have every right to hate me," Ian admits, his voice stripped of its usual bravado. "I've done terrible things. But I see you, Tessa, and I see the strength I wish I had. You don't have to forgive me, but I want you to know that you're better than I ever was, and that's something I'm proud of." For Tessa, hearing these words is both a relief and a burden. She appreciates his honesty, but struggles to reconcile it with the image of the man she knows from the stories of his victims. Her instinct is to push him away, to sever the connection before it can poison her life. Yet a small part of her, the part that always longed for a father, hesitates. "Pride doesn't make up for the people you've hurt," she replies coldly. "It doesn't make you a father." Finding common ground, despite her anger, Tessa decides to give Ian a chance, not for his sake, but for her own. She knows that ignoring the truth won't make it disappear. She sets strict boundaries, agreeing to occasional meetings but refusing to let him into her life fully. Ian respects her wishes, understanding that trust is something he must earn if it's even possible. During these interactions, Tessa begins to see glimpses of humanity in Ian. He's not just a villain. He's a man grappling with the consequences of his actions. This doesn't absolve him of his sins, but it complicates her perception of him. She begins to wonder if people are truly capable of change, or if Ian's efforts are just another form of manipulation. For Ian, these meetings are both painful and hopeful. Each moment spent with Tessa reminds him of what he's lost and what he stands to gain. He sees her strength and realizes that it's not just his blood that flows through her. It's her choices, her experiences, and her spirit that define her. The turning point. The real test comes when Ian is faced with an opportunity to revert to his old ways. Someone from his past offers him a chance to regain his former power at the cost of betraying Tessa's trust. For the first time, Ian hesitates. The decision he makes will determine whether he is capable of true change. If Ian chooses Tessa over power, it could be the beginning of a fragile reconciliation. If he falls back into his old patterns, it would shatter any hope of a relationship. Tessa, in turn, must decide whether she can accept him as he is, a flawed, broken man, or whether their connection ends with biology. A fragile bond. In the end, Tessa and Ian find a fragile middle ground. Tessa accepts that Ian is her father, but she refuses to let that define her. She continues to forge her own path, proving that her strength is her own, regardless of her lineage. Ian, meanwhile, begins to understand that being a father isn't about pride or control. It's about letting go and allowing Tessa to live her life. Their bond remains complicated, filled with tension and unspoken words. But it is also a testament to the power of choice. The choice to face the truth, to seek redemption, and to define one's own identity. This nuanced relationship between Tessa and Ian Ward leaves the door open for endless possibilities. Will Tessa ever fully embrace Ian as her father? Will Ian's attempts at redemption succeed, or will his darker instincts resurface? Whatever the outcome, their journey is a poignant exploration of family, forgiveness, and the battle between legacy and individuality. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that while Ian Ward pretends to save Tessa Porter, Jordan strikes. As Sharon Newman gets ready to join her family at Society for New Year's Eve, Jordan attacks. Sharon has passed out from the chloroform, but what happens now? Jordan and Ian must want Sharon for a certain reason, or she would be dead by now. So keep reading and let's talk about the possibilities. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Tessa Porter drugged. E&R spoilers reveal that Ian snuck into Society and drugged Tessa's drink on New Year's Eve. As Tessa continued hustling at the restaurant, the drug's effects kicked in. Tessa was lightheaded and pale. Tessa was starting to get a headache too and assumed she needed to eat. That didn't work though. As Tessa really started to worry Abby Winters and Divin Winters, she went outside to get some air. I&R spoilers. Ian Ward's deception. That is when Ian struck. Ian already sent Jordan a text to let her know the showtime was in 30 minutes. Jordan was supposed to handle Sharon while Ian was dealing with Tessa. Now, Ian doesn't try to kidnap Tessa or make her go anywhere. Ian caught Tessa as she started to collapse and then sat her down. While cradling Tessa, he gave her an inhaler. Ian might have also called 911 as well, just to increase the chances of people buying his reformed act. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Sharon Newman's last-minute mistake. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Mariah Copeland and Faith Newman were going to hang out with Sharon on New Year's Eve at the cottage. However, at the very last minute, Sharon decided she wanted to go out in public with her loved ones to ring in 2025. There is no way that Jordan and Ian could have known Sharon would be at Society that night unless they have a bug in the cottage. I still believe that the mysterious Christmas ornament that Sharon didn't recognize is a bug. That's how Jordan and Ian knew to be at Society right before midnight. Jordan was right there waiting for Sharon when she exited the SUV. In fact, Sharon hadn't even put her keys away. When Sharon was being chloroformed, the keys were slipping from her fingers. So, I wonder if Nick Newman will find the keys and the car, but no Sharon. Y&R spoilers, forced accomplice? So, now that Jordan and Ian have Sharon, what do they plan to do with her? If they wanted her dead, she would already be dead. But Jordan didn't kill Sharon, she chloroformed her. So could Jordan and Ian decide to have some fun by forcing Sharon to commit crimes for them? Jordan and Ian would have to have some kind of leverage, though. Simply kidnapping Sharon won't be enough. There would have to be a clear, real, and direct threat to someone Sharon loves, most likely a child or even a granddaughter. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates tease Tessa Porter has fans talking after she fell prey to Ian Ward in a shocking twist. The show wrapped up with a suspenseful cliffhanger on Monday, just before taking a 2-day pause for the New Year's celebrations. The Young and the Restless spoilers, holiday reruns. On Tuesday, December 31, and Wednesday, January 1, fans of the popular CBS soap will be treated to repeat episodes. This means viewers will have to hold on for a few days, or perhaps even longer, before discovering Tessa's fate. We're aware that Ian administered drugs to her, but he never anticipated that Mariah Copeland would show up just in time to thwart his scheme. The episode concluded with Mariah coming to the shocking realization that Ian had escaped from prison and was holding her wife captive. Fans wondered if this will be the end of Tyria and if Mariah's wife could face a horrible fate. My and our spoilers. No rumblings that Kate Fairbanks is leaving the show. The exciting news is that Tessa is not going anywhere from the popular CBS soap, at least for the time being. Kate has not expressed any desire to leave the show, and Tyria is finally back in the spotlight after being sidelined for a while. With Ian's return and his alliance with Jordan, Mariah, Tessa, and several others are headed for serious trouble as we approach 2025. While it's only a couple of days until Mariah confronts Ian, why and our spoilers indicate that Victor Newman has a stern warning for Ian, suggesting Mariah might rescue Tessa. However, this is Genoa City, where anything can happen, and Ian could very well abduct Tessa as planned, leaving Mariah in a state of shock and frantic to locate her wife. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Jordan Howard and Ian Ward would have 2 hostages. After all, capturing Tessa would mean he and Jordan have 2 hostages, especially since Jordan now has Sharon Newman in her grasp. In a recent chat with Soap Opera Digest, Cameron expressed her excitement about reuniting with Ray Wise now that Ian has made his return to the storyline. While she holds Ray in high regard, Ian's comeback spells trouble for Mariah, particularly with Tessa and baby area Porter Copeland in the picture. Karen reassured Tyria fans that they should brace themselves for an emotional journey in the coming months, emphasizing that the couple is equipped to handle the challenges ahead. When they face obstacles together, that's when Tessa and Mariah truly shine. They make excellent partners and teammates, and watching them tackle a shared conflict as a couple will be a delight. Back in 2011, when Melissa Ordway and Justin Gaston crossed paths, it wasn't exactly a traditional love story. At the time, Justin, a country singer, had just faced the disappointment of losing a record deal when he got an unexpected call to audition for a thriller film called Escape. During a chemistry read for the movie, he met Melissa, and sparks flew immediately. "We clicked right away," Justin shared in an interview. Their bond wasn't just limited to the set. While filming in Louisiana, Melissa didn't have a car, so Justin often gave her rides. Their connection grew quickly, and within 14 months, they were engaged. Just 2 years after meeting, they tied the knot in 2012. Interestingly, their characters in Escape met a much darker fate. In the movie, "We were killed and hung from a tree together. Very romantic," Justin joked. Despite the grim storyline, it brought them closer, both on and off screen. Since their wedding, the couple has built a beautiful life together. They adopted their first daughter, Olivia, and later welcomed their second daughter, Sophie, in 2020. The duo even reunited professionally when Justin stepped in to play Chance Chancellor on The Young and the Restless during a storyline that included his wedding to Abby Newman, Melissa's character. Reflecting on the experience, Melissa shared, "Working with Justin on the show was so much fun. We had these honeymoon scenes, and we couldn't stop laughing. I remember one take where he kissed me in the weirdest way, and I couldn't help but ask, 'What are you doing?'" Their love story, which began in the world of soap operas, is just as captivating as any scripted drama. Melissa, who portrays Abby Newman on The Young and the Restless, and Justin, who briefly played Ben, went from co-stars to real-life partners in the most heartwarming way. Their journey began when they were paired in a storyline on the show. As co-workers often do, they spent long hours rehearsing and performing intense emotional scenes, which created a natural bond. What started as a friendship soon blossomed into a romance. The couple officially got engaged in 2013, and their wedding the following year was a beautiful celebration of their love, attended by close friends, family, and castmates. Fans were thrilled to see their favorite on-screen pair transition into a real-life couple. Their family grew with the addition of their 2 daughters, and Justin and Melissa often share glimpses of their life as parents on social media. Whether celebrating milestones or enjoying quiet family moments, their posts continue to charm their followers. Balancing fame and family life hasn't always been easy, but the couple has managed to maintain their relationship with grace. They found a way to share parts of their lives with fans while keeping their private moments sacred. Melissa and Justin's love story is a testament to the fact that true love can flourish even in the most unexpected places. From on-screen chemistry to a real-life romance, their journey is one of friendship, respect, and enduring love. If you think Courtney Hope is only focused on the young and the restless, think again. The fan favorite has just announced an exciting new role, but does this mean she's leaving the show for it? Let's take a look right away. Hey everyone, welcome to Trend Street. Courtney Hope has been stealing hearts ever since she made that jump with her role as Sally Spectra from The Bold and the Beautiful to the Young and the Restless. She's been rocking it in Genoa City for the past 4 years, and it doesn't look like she's stopping anytime soon. However, that doesn't mean it's stopping her from doing the other things that she loves. This time, she's pulling double duty, or should we say triple duty, as she's committing to not just being an actor and the lady behind the camera, but also to helping others. This new role is something Hope has always stood for, and people love her for that. In fact, Hope has officially become the vice president of the Breaking the Chains Foundation, a cause that's close to her heart. The announcement was made on the foundation's Instagram page, and it's clear this is a partnership that's been years in the making. BTF's mission is all about empowering individuals through creativity and expression, while also tackling body image and mental health stigmas. The foundation uses art to build connections and create a community where people can truly thrive. Hope has been part of this incredible journey for nearly 6 years, and it's no surprise that she's now taking on a leadership role. In fact, the foundation couldn't be more thrilled to have her on board. They shared their excitement on Instagram, calling Hope's dedication, kindness, and leadership remarkable and inspiring. But that's not all. The foundation is also dedicated to breaking the stigma surrounding mental health and body image issues. It's no wonder Hope feels so at home with them. With a degree in psychology and nutrition from Cornell University, plus certifications in piloxing, Pilates cardio, and personal training, she's more than equipped to bring her passion and expertise to the foundation. Hope's involvement with BTF actually goes way back. She started as a celebrity ambassador before becoming a board member. She shared that her own personal struggles with mental health and eating disorders have made this cause even more meaningful. As an artist, it's been amazing to connect with people through an organization that combines artistry and well-being, she said in a past interview. When the announcement about her new VP role dropped, Hope couldn't help but express her excitement. She commented on the Instagram post, "I couldn't be more excited and honored. This foundation means so much to me, and I can't wait to integrate myself deeper and expand our mission further." But wait, there's more. Coming to her third duty, Hope's also got some exciting plans for the upcoming year, and fans are here for it. As the year wraps up, Courtney's been sharing tons of behind-the-scenes moments from My and R on social media, and it's clear her fans can't get enough. She made sure to let everyone know that she's got even more BTS content coming their way in 2025. In a recent Instagram post, she shared her New Year's resolution for the upcoming year, and it's all about good vibes and friendship. Work with your friends, vibe with your friends, play pretend with your friends, cry with your friends, dream with your friends, she wrote. She even added a little joke, saying, "Scream at your friends." No, okay, maybe that's just us over here on stage 43. And let's be real, we all love a good behind-the-scenes sneak peek, right? Since fans have been asking for more, Courtney's here to deliver. She promised more Y and R BTS content in 2025. The comment section went wild with love and excitement. One fan even commented, "You have the best page. Love all the content you share, and yes, please, more BTS of Y and R." That reminds us of a funny BTS video she recently shared on her Instagram. Here, take a look at it. As we head into 2025, we can't wait to see what Courtney has in store for us, both on and off screen. With her new role as BTS Vice President and her promise of even more Y and R BTS moments, it's definitely an exciting year ahead. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for checking this video out. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for new videos every day. Turn that bell notification on if you want to hear from us, and comment down below if you've subscribed. We'll make sure to reply and thank as many of you as we possibly can. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Ian Ward may think he's indestructible, but he could be in for a rude awakening thanks to some upcoming drama at the ranch. It looks like Ian could get seriously injured once all the schemes blow up, so let's talk about the chaos that's brewing. On Instagram, Christian LeBlanc shared a post of gratitude for 2024 and included some photos that were taken over the last year. That post included a pic snapped on set that seemingly offers a massive spoiler about what's to come. The leaked photo shows Ray Wise with several cast members gathered around him, but his wardrobe is what really got our attention. Wise's sweater appears to have a fake blood stain on the front, so it looks like Ian may soon get shot during a ranch showdown. Of course, there aren't any details on who'll pull the trigger just yet, but we'll be sure to give you updates as more news becomes available. No matter who's responsible for Ian's bloody shocker, it'll bring some great action to the CBS soap. Since everyone was gathered around Wise, it could indicate that they were saying farewell and posing for a goodbye pic. Could Ian be a goner once someone pumps a bullet in him? Raquel Bell will be playing an EMT in some upcoming scenes, so she may do her best to save Ian from a grim fate. That said, there are no guarantees, especially when we're dealing with a villain who deserves an epic send-off like Ian. Whatever the case, Ian will land in some danger during all this upcoming ranch turmoil, so Y and R fans will want to stay tuned. Our predictions point to Ian ending up in more trouble than he bargained for, so he won't be able to avoid a major medical crisis in the not-too-distant future. The Young and the Restless spoilers say some twists and turns are still to come in Ian's exciting storyline. We'll have all the hottest Young and the Restless spoilers, predictions, updates, and news you're looking for, so stop by often for more Y and R details. Jess Walton, the celebrated actress known for her role as Jill Abbott on The Young and the Restless, Y and R, has had a career filled with accolades and occasional controversies that have kept her name in the spotlight. Behind the scenes of her long-running role on Y and R, rumors of on-set drama and tension with co-stars have circulated for years. Allegations of rivalries with other soap opera stars and reported disagreements with producers and writers over her character's development have added to the intrigue surrounding her career. Fans have speculated whether these issues influenced her decisions to leave and later return to the show, with some suggesting contract disputes or creative differences as potential reasons. In addition to her professional challenges, Jess Walton's personal life has not been immune to public scrutiny. Stories about her struggles, including health challenges and family issues, have occasionally made headlines, painting a picture of resilience amidst adversity. Rumors about cosmetic procedures have also followed her, with fans and critics alike speculating about her appearance and how she managed to maintain her image in an industry that often places harsh expectations on aging actresses. Jess has also faced backlash for some of the storylines her character, Jill Abbott, was involved in. Love triangles and controversial plots have sometimes drawn criticism from fans. leading to debates about her role in shaping the soap opera genre. Adding to the mix are allegations of disputes over salary and screen time, with some reports suggesting tense contract negotiations that tested her relationship with the show's producers. Outside of her work on My and R, Jess Walton's political views and public statements have occasionally stirred debate. Like many public figures, her opinions have drawn both support and criticism, reflecting the divided reactions of her fan base. Despite these controversies, Jess Walton remains an enduring figure in the world of soap operas, with her career and personal life continuing to captivate audiences. 2024 goes out with a big bang for Mariah on Young and Restless when she comes face-to-face with Ian Ward, the man who stole her at birth. A shocking reunion. For Karen Grimes, who plays Mariah, the chance to once again act opposite Ray Wise as Ian was a welcome one. Ray is such a wonderful man. First off, she says, he has had such a wonderful career, which speaks to all of his qualities. I think he made such an incredible character out of Ian and fleshed him out in a way that I don't know that a lot of people could do. I mean, let's be real, he makes a great villain. Ian is such a great character, and that is only made possible by Ray. So seeing Ian come back into the canvas as a catalyst for more drama was really, really exciting to me, not just because of Mariah's involvement with Ian, but from the perspective of being a fan of the show myself. It's great when you have characters returning, but especially characters who really drive story for a lot of other people. Grimes had a blast on set filming with Wise. I enjoy working with him so much, she enthuses. It seems like no matter what the project is, he is so invested and so present, and he works really hard to have a great result. That's just so enjoyable, you know? It makes you really trust your acting partner. That said, she admits, it is hard to shocked or upset or angry at him because he's such a lovely person. You're facilitating this deep hatred, but then you just look at Ray and you're like, oh right, you are lovely. But he's so enormously fun to work with, and I count myself extremely lucky. On the show, of course, Mariah's reunion with Ian is far from a happy one. It's a complete shock, Grimes notes. I think Mariah well and truly thought that she had put that chapter of her life to bed, and thought that Ian was in the prison system. So that was all taken care of, and was not something that she was going to have to deal with again. I think that she has moved on in her life, though there are probably parts of her life that she hasn't really come to terms with. I think there is a difference between dealing with your trauma and just kind of locking it in a box and shoving it in the back of a closet somewhere. And I think Mariah may have been guilty of doing that, as she's developed this very full and wonderful life for herself. So Ian coming back, this is absolutely something that could be a trigger. Mariah laying eyes on Ian is like seeing a ghost, Grimes shudders. As I said, she thought she had put this part of her life to bed. The actress points out, Mariah is in a really wonderful part of her life that she has struggled to achieve for a long, long time. She was trying to find her footing in her family, trying to find her footing in Genoa City, trying to find her footing in love, and she's settled now, she's married, she has a baby. She has kind of stopped being someone who is in the midst of chaos herself, and she has tried to really establish a new identity and a new life for herself. But like I said, it's one thing to have moved on, and it's another to be healed. She has definitely moved on, and she has a very different and arguably more successful life, and he's found love and a family, but did she ever really face what he had done to her? Those are things that are going to come up with his reappearance, and I think very quickly answer that question. The stakes are even higher because Ian isn't alone. He is with Tessa, Mariah's beloved wife. And when she realizes that, Mariah's fear about what Ian's presence portends skyrockets. I think there is an instant protectiveness that is going to rear its head, Grimes hints. And it will maybe lead to Tessa seeing a side of Mariah that she hasn't seen before. She has a whole history and chapters of her life before Tessa, And I think that seeing Tessa and Ian together, the effect it's going to have on Mariah is something that Tessa might not expect. As Mariah reels from the sight of Ian and Tessa together, it is not immediately apparent to her that her wife has been chemically altered, courtesy of Ian. I don't know if it starts there. Grimes sets up. I think she is catapulted into confusion by witnessing Ian in the flesh, and then it's furthered by her looking over and seeing Tessa in a state. Expect Mariah to leap to her wife's aid. Immediately, it becomes about trying to figure out and fix what's going on, the actress explains. That becomes the priority over her interaction with, or reaction to, Ian. Obviously, that protectiveness of Tessa is going to come out when she sees that Tessa is in some sort of peril, but I don't think she's put together. She has no idea what happened. Mariah tends to Tessa, then directs her attention back to Ian. Grimes says, once it is clear that Tessa is recovering or doing fine, and that she's stable, then it immediately goes back to the concern about Ian. I think for Mariah, it would make sense that she sees him as dangerous, and so if anybody that she loves is in danger, she's going to connect the two. She's going to have suspicions, and she's going to have a lot of questions. Grimes is of the belief that Mariah's desire for answers is matched equally by her terror of what Ian's agenda is. Those are pretty much hand in hand, she says. The fact that he's out of prison and walking around, she has no idea how that's possible, and it brings up her history with him and what she knows he's capable of. So I would say there's absolutely fear there. She's wondering, to what degree do I need to be scared, protective, on alert? The actress thinks that Mariah fans have a lot to look forward to as this new storyline for Mariah and Tessa unfolds. They've been living pretty happily for a while now, so it's nice to introduce something that gives them some screen time and puts them in a place of problem solving, you know. When they're up against something together, I think that's where Tessa and Mariah thrive. They're very good teammates and they're very good partners, and so them being faced with a mutual conflict and watching them navigate it as a couple is, I think, going to be enjoyable. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Summer Newman will have to cope with some major realizations in the coming weeks. Although Summer has been trying to convince herself that she can move on from Kyle Abbott, that plan won't last much longer. Summer and Chance Chancellor recently got on the same page about their romance, so they seem ready to give it another go. However, it's Kyle who'll be on Summer's mind and in her heart once 2025 gets underway. In a new interview with Insider, Y and our head writer and executive producer Josh Griffith talked about the Romeo and Juliet story that's brewing for Kyle and Claire Newman. There'll be plenty of obstacles that threaten to tear the star-crossed lovers apart, including Summer. Of course, Claire and Kyle will also have to contend with their clashing families. Victor Newman would much rather see Claire with a guy who doesn't have the Abbott name he loathes so much. Likewise, Jack Abbott knows the kind of chaos Victor could cause, so he'll become increasingly worried about the consequences of Claire and Kyle being a couple. Summer, on the other hand, will start to see some opportunities arising out of the drama that's brewing for Claire and Kyle. Summer, in true I'm Phyllis's daughter fashion, will A, feel a pullback to Kyle and B, sense an opening, so if Victor and Jack weren't enough for Kyle and Claire to have to worry about, Summer's decision of, maybe I want Kyle back, is going to throw another wrench into that, Griffith said. Griffith also talked about Summer embracing her mom's typical attitude, so we could see her revert to her scheming side. Phyllis Summers is one of the most determined people in Genoa City on any given day, so Summer will channel that determination in a storyline of her own. Whether Summer succeeds in getting Kyle back or not, our predictions indicate she'll stir up a whole bunch of trouble through her reunion mission. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Summer will fight to derail Kyle and Claire's future by taking advantage of some bad news along the way, so stay tuned for updates on her plans.